Okay, hey guys, TronKat here, and I literally like 5 minutes ago just finished this game, and I figure, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make a review, maybe not post it, but I'm gonna go ahead and make one. Okay, so I just finished The Force Unleashed, dun, dun, dun. And I just gotta say right away, if you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a Star Wars fan and you don't have this game, skip this review and just go out and buy it. You have that to yourself. The story in this game is fantastic, and that's what I'm gonna start off with. Okay, first off, the story, obviously. Anyway, first off, the story. Getting down to the review. The story is great. That's all I gotta say. It had a little parts where I was just like, what? Not really like, huh, what? But like, it was kind of confusing at parts, and I wasn't really like drawn completely into it the whole way through. But besides those two little things, but that was like really small to me. Like, besides that, I was really into the story and really like, whoa, that's a really interesting story, and that ties in really well with the actual series. It actually worked out really well. And you know, there was small little appearances from old characters because of your robot proxy, whose main program is to try to kill you, basically for like training, I think. I'm not really sure where the whole "I have to kill you" thing came from, but I think it might be his main program because they like programmed him that way to train. This guy right there, yeah, I think that was really, you know, training for him, I guess. I really liked Proxy because you had to fight him one time, and he basically brought back every boss from that you had just fought, every boss from previously. It was really interesting. That's not really a spoiler. I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, but like, you figure out really early in the game that he's trying to kill you, so because that's his main program. And you know, he tries to find ways to sneak up on you and, you know, get the good wage to kill. Really interesting. And there was appearance from a villain from earlier in the series that he had in his program. That was really cool. And just getting that out of the way, I love the story. I'd give the story like a 9.5, only because of those minor flaws. Now onto the graphics. The graphics in this game are fantastic. You have different your character can have different outfits and different lightsaber colors. I love that. There's a bunch of different lightsaber colors that you can, they're like collectibles you can find and then use them. Really cool. They don't really do anything except different color, and the costumes are just really cool. But besides that, you know, they're just cool collectibles, and, but yeah. And the graphics, the character animations look fantastic. Like, fantastic. And the environments are beautiful. The environments, I loved all the different environments. There were so many really cool environments. There was a lot of, like, Star Wars-y, Death Star kind of light looking hallways and such. But that's just because it's the Star Wars universe. What do you expect? But the graphics are great. I only have one minor flaw. Not really. There's a couple of minor flaws. One, some of the lip syncing wasn't perfect. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that looked slightly off. No, I would excuse that if it was like that. But no, there was a couple cutscenes where the mouthing just looked a little like really strange and not normal. Maybe I might be the only one that noticed that. I might just be nitpicking a little. I'm not sure, but some of the mouthing wasn't up to Uncharted standards, if you could. Because this game came out, I'm not sure exactly, but I think it came out 07, 08, something like that. 07, I'd guess. That's my guess. But that's just like small mouth lip syncing problems. And another thing is, I got some slight frame rate drop, some very slight, but it was, you know, it was noticeable, but it wasn't like Crisis bad. It wasn't like Crisis on a Windows 96 computer bad. It wasn't bad, but it was noticeable. It was like I guess you could say from like 30 frame. I don't know exactly what the steady frame rate is in this game, but I would say probably around 30 to like 24 frames, something like that. It wasn't too bad, but it was noticeable. And it mainly happened in the jungle level, which it seems to happen in a lot of games with jungle levels. Killzone. In the Killzone 3 jungle level, there was some slight frame rate. This game, some slight frame rate in the jungle level. And there was, in other levels, there was some slight frame rate, but that was only when, like, there was, like, 60 bullets coming at me, and I was swinging my lightsaber really fast, and I was jumping and doing a dash and lightning, and that was only in that kind of moment. But in the jungle, I did notice it, but besides that, graphics are at a 9, because, I mean, they weren't perfect, but they were really pretty. Known to gameplay. This is a good part of the game if you like beat 'em up, if you like God of War like games. Or what's another game that's like this? I'm not really good at these type of games. Heavenly Sword, or you know, stuff like that. If you like those kind of games, then yeah. I'm not a huge fan of them, but I actually did like this one because it had a lot of variety in the combos. I was like, yes, because I found a couple that I loved. Yeah, but anyway, the gameplay, the controls were really solid. I just gotta have a couple controls with the controls. The lock-on. Now, lock-on in games is never perfect. I've never seen a game that had perfect lock-on. Please point me to that game that has perfect lock-on. I would love to see it. Now, because like sometimes I would be locked onto an enemy, like in a way, like it had the thing over it that I could lock onto that enemy right then, and I wouldn't move my camera. And I would try to shock them, and it was just like, you know what? I think he wants to shock the rock that's next to that enemy. That sounds right? No. I didn't want to do that. But it would do that sometimes where you would try to shock an enemy. Like, the enemy was in the center of your screen. You were facing him, and sometimes it would just be like, rock! Or like, rock, pick up the rock. It was like, no. Small problem, again, but annoying one. That was probably the most annoying problem in the game, and especially when you're trying to like, when you're trying to pick up something like the force, you know, pick it up and throw it at someone, you'd have to be really accurate for it to actually hit them. I didn't like that power that much because I could not do it at all. Maybe it was just me. I could not do it. I'm not gonna take off for that because I probably just sucked because I watched gameplay and they were doing it fine. But I am gonna take off for the lock on because I know that no game really can have a perfect lock-on, but this one was just, eh. There were some problems with that. But besides that, the controls were really solid. You know, I loved them. The gameplay, you know, it was really fun. It was enjoyable for the most part. The only problem with the enjoyability was it was only about 8 hours, which in a game that is single-player only, that is a major disappointment. Because games like Mafia, 15 hours. Uncharted 1, 12 hours. BioShock 1, like 15 hours again. Metal Gear Solid, like 19. I mean, it's just a little disappointing that it's only 8 hours. That's not a huge complaint for me, because I mean, 8 hours is a decent amount for 19 bucks, but if you paid 60 for this, that might be a disappointment. Now, if this game had some sort of co-op or something, split screen even, I could forgive that, because, you know, they spent time programming that, and they did spend time programming a lot of stuff. It did really, but 8 hours for a single-player only game, sorry, I cannot not take off points for that. I mean, that's long, yes, but single-player only, come on. But the only really problems that I had with the gameplay was that, I mean, the lock-on, and that it was only 8 hours, and that was only on an estimate, I think, and that was with me dying a lot. And the checkpoint problem, and, because, you know, I would have to redo the whole, because I died a lot. I sucked at this game. I was terrible. It's not really that I was playing it on normal, and I would fall off stuff a lot. Like, fall off the side of a cliff or something. Or, like, get stuck in a corner fighting, like, two big things, and I'd be like, ah, crap. And, you know, something stupid, like my force would run out, and then I'd be trying to shock them, and I'd be like, what the heck, and then I'd realize, oh, my force is out, and then I'd die. Something stupid like that, and then I'd have to reselect the whole, so I wouldn't be surprised if you beat this game without dying so much, it would be like 7 hours, but I'm not gonna say it, because I'm sure that everybody I know agree that this game, you die. I don't know about Ryan, I don't know about you, man, but, because I know he was the one that suggested me this game to me, but I don't know how, but anyway, besides that, I mean, a gameplay, I'd give around a 9. Yeah, a 9 or an 8.5. Not 9. No. No, you know, I'm just gonna say 9, because it was really fun. But I could see where this game would, after a while, get, you know, I could see where this game would be, the only reason you would go back and play it would be for the trophies, or if you just love getting all the collectibles and stuff. That's the only reason I can see really people playing it again. I don't really find this game, like, go play it and play it and play it and play it and play it, you know. But, so, I'd have to give it, probably a 9. It's a great game. And some of the bosses were a little ridiculous, and there's my freaking brother and his friends being loud as heck. Anyway, so yeah, it's just like some of the bosses were a little ridiculous, like some of them were just like, throw the case, no, no, yeah, besides that, I'd have to say a 9, yeah, because, I mean, there wasn't really many problems with this game. I want to say 8.5. I don't know why. You know what? Actually, thinking about it, yeah, 8.5. Sorry. I'd give the graphics still a 9.5. Or the graphics 9, my bad. Story still a 9.5, because the story was great. The gameplay, like a 9, and the enjoyability, like an 8. Because enjoyability, not going to last long. So yeah, 8.5. Okay, final score, 8.5. Then I gave Mafia that. That's a good review for me. I like Mafia. So yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go, I would suggest this game is only like $19.99 at GameStop, so, I would not suggest the second one, because my friend told me it sucked, so. Except for the gameplay. He said the story sucked, and that it was short. So, yeah. Bye, guys.